When Renegades released, Rampage actually got a very big buff, a buff that I think has gone a bit under the radar. Essentially, Huckleberry is the most notorious gun with Rampage, as it has pre-nerf Rampage from like 2017, which is up to 50% more damage at max stacks. Now, the rework in Renegades is that no longer do you lose all 3 stacks when you run out of time. Now you just lose 1 stack at a time, which is incredibly useful and has a very good quality of life benefit for the Huckleberry. So, most notably, you'll be running this gun, getting max stacks, and just keeping that uptime for a lot longer than you would previously, and it just feels much better to use this gun. The most notable pairing you should be running with it is obviously going to be Peacekeepers, which essentially gives you a bunch of bonuses to your SMGs, but most importantly, you get a damage bonus when you continue to shoot a target. Not only that, you can stack with Surge mods, so you can basically get a large scaling damage on your Huckleberry at all times, making this gun basically a primary ammo machine gun almost. Now, as for the subclass I decided to run with this, I went with Sentinel. The goal of the build was to kind of capture that 2014 nostalgia, where you're just sitting in a bubble the entire time using a high-powered auto rifle like Atheon's Epilogue, which never made it to D2, and just gunning things down. It's pretty fun. Obviously, you can run other things. I would say that Bolt Charge on Striker Titan's pretty good too, but I opted for the Void Titan because Overshields and Ward of Dawn are a lot stronger than I think people give them credit for. Bastion, Offensive Bulwark, this is the Overshield combination that every Void Titan will ever use. Essentially, drop your Barricade, get Void Shields. While you have a Void Shield, you have increased regeneration for your Grenade and Melee. Grenade, entirely up to you. Melee, also up to you. Like I said, Ward of Dawn, because I'm trying to capture that 2014 feel. You can run whatever super you'd like, but Ward of Dawn has actually been surprising me, and it's a lot better in solo content than I think people give it credit for. As for the fragments, Starvation, so we can get Devour. Persistence, so we have Devour longer and Overshields longer. Reprisal, because we are constantly surrounded since we are using an SMG. And then Undermining, so our grenades can weaken. Whatever grenade you would like. I use Suppressor just because it's alright, and they no longer suppress you, which is another big change they made in Renegades. As for the stats, you really just want to have high weapons and high supers. And high class ability. These are the main 3 stats you want to have so that we can drop your overshields even more often. You have that bubble up more often, and weapons is just so you can deal even more damage on top of all the damage we're already doing. So that's 10%, 10% reload and 15% damage just added on top of everything else we're doing with like Surges, Peacekeeper, Rampage. It's just a whole lot of damage. As for the mods, kinetic entropy, so our void weapons and our kinetic weapons drop orbs. Reload speed, always good. Triple surges, as always. Dilation to make our surges last longer. As for the other weapons, just in case, Lotus Eater, it's always been good to me. Love this thing, but you can really run whatever void or arc weapon you would want here. And the new heavy sniper, this thing is genuinely insane. Might be the best weapon we got in Renegades. I know that there's some crazy shenanigans on Hunter with the Forerunner hand cannon and the arc slot or energy weapon, but this is just all around better. Works on all classes. Very good weapon. If you get a good roll, I have a pretty mid roll right now, but have something better, I'd run it. It chunks. As for our subclass, we run anything that involves kinetic weapons. Obviously, we want Overload Submachine Gun, because Huckleberry is a submachine gun. This is so we have Siphon mods that dual up. This is so getting kills with kinetic weapons can drop an elemental pickup, which is nice. This doesn't matter, because we aren't really getting too many weaken situations. Well, we are, but we get Devour easier from orbs, and this is just added Devour, which you don't really need. We're not using a sword. This is for that sniper. Champions suck. Shields suck. And this is just insane with Huckleberry because it just makes it to where kinetic tremors, and it's just kinetic tremors times 2 almost, because you can have this effect with kinetic tremors, so it's happening just all the time. And then Sniper Meditation, again, Sniper is very good. That's kind of the gist of the build. I think this is pretty fun. Obviously, it's not anything meta-defining, but, if you want to try something new, or something old, because this is not anything new, but Huckleberry's pretty good. Rampage is pretty good. That was kind of the moral of the video. Yeah. Here's the fashion if you care. Aviant Leap, and yeah, that'll be all. I'm not gonna fall and die this time. Broke my ankles. I love how Promoted and Rage are like basically the same thing. And we have both of them in this shred right now. Rocket Pulse Burr. There's no fucking way. Okay. Oh, wait, no, we did kill him. I don't care. I don't need it. Kind of sad that you don't get weapons of the light anymore. You get that to Helm. Even more damage.
Radiolaria moves through here. Take control, Guardian.
Alright, these are crits, but they're not appearing as crits. Yeah, 159, not bad. This guy was keeping up. He was the, what was he using? The Warlock, right? Ah, yes, everybody's favorite, I'm gonna chunk things build. Is he using the thing? Yeah, he's using the thing. Yeah, that is, the Huckleberry with a new Rampage. Pretty strong.